YouTube, what's up? I'm back with bringing you guys another video. This one's my top 3 ways I like to invest my money. And starting it off, number 1, or number 3 I should say, is stocks. Stocks is it's probably going to be considered the safest one on this list. And when I say stocks, I mean the S&P 500 more particularly, which is this decade done very well, 16% over the last decade, which is about twice as much as it normally does. But stocks are very safe for an investment, but they also can be considered risky if you're an old person, because it can be volatile. Like, older folks probably might want bonds or something like that, but since I'm young, I learned in one of my college courses that the younger you are, the more risks you should take. And all the way at the top of the risk is something like drug dealing or something like that. Not that I recommend anyone do that, but you get the idea. It's kind of like a graph like this. The older you get, the more safe you need to make your investments so you can conserve your money. But when you're young, I definitely recommend being aggressive, because you have time to recover from any of your losses, whereas when you're older, you don't have as much time to recover. And I'm going to be leaving a referral link in the description for Webull. Deposit any amount of money. It could be a dollar or a penny, and you could get a free stock up to $3,000. So that's pretty good. And the number 2 next way, which is slightly more risky, is real estate. And it's moderately risky when compared to the stock market. It's a little bit more risky for sure. You can reduce your risk by getting a multifamily and renting it out and getting roommates. But real estate has appreciated in value at about 8%. But if you think about the cash flow that you could get from house hacking, I posted a video about my house hack and showed you my house, so check that out. You can definitely bring down your risks a little bit, and that cash flow you can use towards other investments to help grow your wealth as well. And then my number 1 way, and it's also the most risky on the list that I like to invest my money, is in crypto, but more importantly Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is probably the safest crypto to invest in my opinion. It's the most well-known and established, and it's been around the longest, and it ain't going anywhere for sure. El Salvador just made it its national currency earlier this year. It's a great hedge against inflation, because there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoins ever. Satoshi, the creator, has about 3-4 million of them himself that have never been moved, and they maybe never will. People have lost a bunch of Bitcoin as well, so Bitcoins are a lot more scarce than people think, and if every millionaire in the world wanted one, it wouldn't be possible. So Bitcoin is definitely a great hedge against inflation. Like I said, it's infinitely divisible. The supply of it's going to be going down slightly because people will lose it and stuff. It's like the new gold, but it's better than gold in every way, because gold actually is inflating at like 2 to 3% a year, and as technology gets better for mining gold, it's just gonna get even worse. So gold's going out of style for sure. Bitcoin is also better than gold in the way that it's much more liquid. If you need to sell your Bitcoin it's not nearly as hard as trying to sell a bunch of gold, and it's a lot easier to store your Bitcoin as well. You can store your Bitcoin in your mind if you really wanted to, but with gold, you're gonna need a vault and armored fucking guards and whatever. But Bitcoin, another advantage of Bitcoin is it can't be manipulated by the government because it's decentralized. The only way for them to shut down Bitcoin is to stop all the miners, which is basically impossible because they're all spread out across the world. Yeah, it can't be manipulated, unlike the US dollar, which you guys have seen earlier this year. They printed a crazy amount of, and it wasn't only US, other countries did it as well. And now you see the consequences of that, which is very bad inflation. We're getting the prices of everything that's going up, and your dollar's buying power is going down pretty rapidly. I'm not very old, but I'm sure this is probably one of the highest inflation rates that we've ever had for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys a link for BlockFi, which is my favorite way to store my crypto. You get paid 4.5% for your Bitcoin, and since I have this credit card from BlockFi, we both get $40 when you deposit $100 and keep it stored in there for 1 month. Alright guys, I'll catch you later.